Happy Friday!
And happy Father's Day!
Well, not yet.
Well,
Father's Day
ish.
this Sunday.
Close
but
enough.
It is our Father's Day edition because obviously this weekend, great cause for celebration. Phase 2 has officially started, people!
Dun, dun, dun. I feel like we needed a sound effect in there. No? I think it was great. Comment, let me know if you like my sound effects.
Anyway, welcome to Kickback with Kelly and Barbara's antics and sound effects, because apparently they're a thing now.
They are. They've always been a thing. When we did the morning show, I had the down, which I have honestly missed doing.
Yeah, I can tell. But like we said, it is Father's Day this weekend, so we thought, why not have a specially themed show just for all the daddies out there? Because let's face it, our fathers tend to play the role of first coach to us. And with My Active SG's active parents, we know that there are lots of great resources out there for our dads to get a little more involved with their children, especially when we are at home or when we feel the need to be doing a little more exercise and working out a bit more. So when we thought about who we could bring on for this show, we were like, you know what? We need the grandfather of Singapore athletics himself.
Definitely.
The man who basically put Singapore on the sporting map. The man who is none other than Mr. C. Kunalan. We're going to get him on the show in a
Yay!
second right now.
Come and join us, come and
on
join us.
over. This man is an absolute legend, an absolute hero. And Kunalan, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
How have you been? Oh, Jake.
Yeah.
Very good. Very
Yeah.
happy. Working from home. Very comfortable.
This year you turned 78 years old.
Yeah.
And you're still working and still working out, right? You're still working and still working out.
I'm not sure about the working out.
You
You
still
know,
look
Staying
pretty fit.
active.
stay
You look
active.
very, very good.
Thank you. Thank you. I try to do something every day.
So what are you doing to stay fit, healthy?
I have different ways of running, walking, brisk walking, striding, and maybe once in a while sprinting.
Oh, wow. Even I don't do sprints.
Sprinting
At
my age, yeah.
Your pace.
I just want to set it up that probably sprinting at your pace is probably sprinting at our pace.
It's probably way better than what we can do. So happy Father's Day
Thank
in
you.
advance. How do you guys usually celebrate Father's Day?
I leave it to the family. My wife and the daughters, they will decide where we are going to eat, what we are going to eat, and what we're going to do.
So you've got 3 daughters, right?
Three daughters.
3 daughters. You've got a handful of grandkids as well.
Our
at the
daughter's just the
moment.
best.
So what's it like being a grandparent? Because I hear that it's very different from being a parent.
Actually, we being grandparents did not put much burden on us because our eldest daughter lives in Perth, and she has 2 daughters who are now 23 and 21.
Wow.
And we were just holiday grandparents.
Oh, so you just fly in, have a bit of fun, and then you fly back out.
Although they like to come to Singapore more than ever, and so we don't get much chance to go down there anymore. But our 3rd daughter has a son who is 7, and they live in Singapore.
Nice.
So we have a little bit more of grandparentage.
So you are seen as the grandfather of Singapore athletics, right? Like you are one of the pioneers that really put Singapore on the map when it came to sports, representing us at the Olympics and going on and winning so many medals at the regional and regional level and SEA Games, Asian Games, that sort of thing.
Well, I'm sure there are others also. There are others actually also, before me, after me, and so on. Yeah.
I know, but you're
I'm
like
one of
You're
them.
iconic.
You are an
I'm just one of them, okay?
legend. Just one, but you have done so much for the community in terms of giving back. You've contributed so much of your life and changed a lot of people's lives in the process as well. How have you seen the athletic scene change over the years?
I think the number of young people who are keen about athletics has always been there. The problem may be they can't stay long enough because of our societal pressures. And so they have a choice. Sometimes the choice is, okay, I have to give it up. I love it, but I cannot stay long enough to reach very high levels. So we have very few who will stay long enough and who have the natural talent to go on to very high levels.
But it's not just about competing competitively. Like you, as an educator, being involved in the sport, you have changed and impacted a lot of lives, not just in a competitive state of mind, but also as people have taken it on as their careers in future. I mean, on Wednesday's episode, we had Joash Tan, who used to do pole vault, and very similarly to what you had said, he had to give it up, societal pressures. He had to go through the moment he was in tertiary education. He was like, I can't keep up with everything. But there are some people that have made it their career, and we're going to go for a short break. But when we come back, we're going to bring on someone who you have heavily impacted in his life to see how he has changed everything from engineering to gym owner. We're going to talk to one of our very own right here on Kickback with Kelly and Barbara. We're going to keep Mr. K on the show with us, so make sure you don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Kickback with Kelly and Barbara. Joining us on the show today, Mr. Kunalan, who is an absolute legend in the athletics arena. But then joining us is, you may know him better as Uncle Sam. You just are. You're just Uncle Sam, aren't you? I don't think I've ever known you as anything but Uncle Sam. You would have seen him on Get Active TV. He's one of our instructors. Gym owner as well. Yeah. How's all of that going? You're making big plans, phase 2 and all that?
Idea. We're waiting for instructions, so stay tuned.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we'll be back in the gym real soon. Okay, so it's our Father's Day edition, and today we wanted to talk about the roles that parents, specifically fathers, play in encouraging active lifestyles, especially with children. You've got little kids of your own, right? Yes. Yeah, so you've got 2 little absolute bundles of joy. How has it been trying to inculcate a sense of an active lifestyle for them?
Has always been rewarding, for sure. The key thing is that watching them grow and mimicking, it's like the most amazing things happening at home all the time.
Mm-hmm. An example?
An example would be, there was one time I was just practicing handstand walk in the car park, going up and down, and then she ended up doing gorilla walk across the car park as well. So that was interesting. And then she goes like, my hands are all black. I was like, yeah, mine as well.
That's the thing, right? Like kids, they want to do something, but then they're like, oh, I'm dirty now. What do you do? But kids at that age, they're such a joy, but they're also so impressionable, right? Yeah. I mean, you must see a lot of young kids that have risen through the ranks in your day. And you've had quite an influence over many generations now, right?
I'm not sure about that.
You
Yeah.
have. He's
You
so
have,
humble,
you
right?
have.
And speaking of someone that you've actually influenced, Uncle Sam. You've actually influenced Sam.
Yes,
Can you tell us a
very
little bit
much.
more about that?
So first to start off with, I'm 38 this year. So going into enlistment, that was when I met you, and you were our lecturer in physical training. So you came
Oh.
into the lecture room, and then you presented a talk, and that was the life-changing moment at my time, because I was in engineering and I knew that I'm not going to be an engineer for sure after NS. But during the NS, I was puzzled. I really didn't know what I'm going to do. And your speech, particularly the part where you say the body is it's a wonder space. There are a lot of things that happens in the body that cannot be explained, but you can explore. And you taught us to explore, and you taught us to try all the time. You shared with us your story about waking up in the morning, training, drinking salt water. That's what you said.
But I don't do that now.
Being persistent. And I can also quote one of the things that you said before, is that when you did your 400 meters, you said all athletes are the same. Everyone trains super hard. What makes the difference is persistency. How much more can you push through during that 400 meters? Because everyone is just as strong. So that stays with me, and I'm sure a lot of my clients, members have heard me saying this as well. At the end of the day, on a competition field, everyone has trained just as hard. And who's going to make to the finish line, it depends on your determination, and this is from you. So
What a Father's Day message. I feel like you're about to cry. Like, it's quite emotional. Like, so he's basically influenced your entire path to go from engineering to becoming eventually a gym owner.
Yeah.
Wow.
And making more money?
No, not really. Thank you. Thanks for making the turn. So it's been 20 years of being a trainer, personal trainer, like gym owner right now. So imagine the amount of lives that you have helped me touch.
Sure.
From
Wonderful,
military
yeah.
will be thousands, and day to day will be like in the hundreds.
And I guess we all have to be doing this.
We all have to advocate it, right?
Yeah. And be fathers and grandfathers in this manner.
That's so true, though. So, I mean, obviously, both of you have been very busy individuals as you go about it. So, how have you managed to strike a balance between keeping yourself fit versus keeping other people fit and trying to encourage other people to be fit?
For me, my answer would be focus and being there. Like if it is time for training, it's training. And then once it's done training, switch the hair, go back home, see the kids. Okay, it's playtime with the kid. And then, if it is work, it's just constant switching of roles and focus all the time.
Uncle Sam, well said. The same for me too.
Really?
You just do one thing at a time. When it's time to do your exercise, you do it, finish it, next.
Yeah.
I like that sense of focus. Do you think that sense of focus came from your athletics background and that training and that sense of discipline that was instilled in you?
I can't remember that anybody instilled it in me. It just came naturally. Maybe it came naturally because I didn't want to let people down. The ones who were important to me, the ones who were contributing towards me getting better, and so on. And that's my way of not letting people down. Right, starting from my wife, and then my coach, and then my colleagues. So everything is linked, and everything just flows smoothly.
And how important do you think it is to make sure that we inculcate a sense of sport, exercise, active lifestyle to the next generation? I mean, with young kids, obviously you've got your grandkids. You had instilled it so much so into your children that your daughter ended up being a personal trainer, your second daughter, right?
Yes.
Right? So how important do you think it is that we do encourage this in the next gen?
We must be careful. We must know what each child type is. And then when they are very young, we let them play many things. Like our Mona, just now you mentioned about hands dirty. No, Mona is the opposite.
Really?
She will, when she sees a small stream, she used to jump into the stream and come out with mud or whatever. And then the others are, ooh, yes, a bit more, Yeah, so they're all different. And so we as parents have to be aware of this difference and try to blend our activities so that they all can fit in and get what they like and what they want.
What about you?
I agree. So it's constant exploration, constant discovery, and then using this experience, discovery, and all, and translate into lifestyles. Like, yes, she got her hands dirty. She was icked out the first time because she never expected. But then it's also our reaction. So my response to her is like, it's okay. My hands are dirty too. Let's just continue.
Yeah.
And then what happens is that I notice in her day-to-day lifestyle, when she gets her hands dirty, I'm like, it's okay. It's okay, right? And then she's like, yeah, it's okay. She don't get icked out. So I think that physical experiences allows us to translate into a lot of life experiences and life skills as well at the same time. Yeah.
Now, what's interesting is that active parents on their website, they actually have like a great resource library of things that we can do with our kids, especially fathers. For Father's Day, they've got like this whole little package that you can start doing in terms of activity. So I think it really comes into play when you say you've got to know your children, right?
Yeah.
Because not every child is going to want to run and jump into puddles.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of find that balance between an activity that works for all of their kids, which is kind of cool, but also quite tiring as a parent sometimes, right? Constantly trying to think of things.
But then you are a parent.
That's true.
That's your job.
You signed up for this. So the Active Parents site is actually a great tool and resource for people to go and look for different activities that they can do with their children, especially over this Father's Day weekend. Now, you can do a lot when it comes to bonding with your kids as well through exercise. But what would you say is the biggest advantage of your children, of instilling that sense of exercise or activity level in your children?
If I were to start first, I would say, number one, no fear, the willingness to try new things. Exploration, right? Like what I mentioned earlier, like you taught me to explore and I taught her to explore, and witnessing her courage and bravery to try things, it's definitely the biggest takeaway.
And what about you, Mr. K? What do you think is the biggest benefit or advantage from instilling that sense of activity?
Because we did it maybe in the correct way, then they liked it, and till today they stay active. And that's what we want. We want everybody, no matter what role you play in life, in work, you know that somewhere you have to be active. And that's all we want to do. Just make sure everybody has that kind of encouragement from somewhere to stay active.
And so, as someone who has a wealth of experience, 78 years of experience under his belt, what advice would you give to fathers who want to play a more active role with their children?
I have noticed that modern fathers are quite active with their children compared to our generation of fathers. So I think what I will tell them is, hey guys, you are doing the right thing by being active with your family. I see fathers going to market with their wife and kids sometimes. Then they are out on the road walking and then cycling. So I think the modern day father is quite prepared and quite, I'm not sure the word to use is brainwashed, but I think they are convinced that they have a role to play. And I think this last two months has brought out that even more. Where I'm staying, I'm noticing fathers, mothers, and children cycling, walking throughout the day. I just hope that when this period is over, they will find time to continue that kind of relationship. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. Mr. K, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. It's always a pleasure to talk to you and always learn something new from talking
Thank
with
you.
you.
Thank
We're going
you.
to learn a little bit more from Uncle Sam when we come back from the break. We are not done with you yet. How to engage your children in basic activities. We're going to learn from the man himself, the modern father, right here on Kickback with Kelly and Barbara. Don't go away.
Step right up, draw the next cut. You're one of the black animals, so get along with everybody else. Is this ship sinking? I've been thinking. Always sinking. I've been thinking. Been a little time to get along. Wake up call, throw the next up. Be one of a kind, original. Don't be another sign of the times. Fight. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Wanna know the secret? We get on. Try to find the feeling we belong. It's all for one and all for fun.
Hello and welcome back to Kickback with Kelly and Barbara. This is the point where we get to sort of really kick back in the more physical sense. We're going to do our workout. We've got Uncle Sam with us. And because it's Father's Day, he's going to be demonstrating some workouts that you can do with your kiddos at home.
Okay.
Take it away.
Take it away?
Take it
Yeah.
away.
So who's going to be my daughter? Who's
Barbara
gonna take
could be
over?
your daughter. Because I already have one, so yeah.
Well, I don't actually.
Yes.
But whatever, we can pretend.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to pretend. So should I call you Michaela or should I call you Barbara?
Let's go with my real name.
Okay, so today I've got 4 movements for us to go work into. But before I start, I just want to remind everyone that the easiest way to get kids to be engaged in activity is not to tell them to do so. The more they see us having fun, it's a lot easier for them to want to have fun as well.
So you want to trick them into it almost.
Yes!
by not telling them, you're trying to get them to be active. Okay.
Okay, so first and foremost, movements got to be useful for us. So I'm gonna go through 4 movements. The first 2 movements are basically mimicking animals. So the first
Right.
animals that we're gonna work on is duck walk. Everybody knows duck walk, and you can even sing the Little Duck song, right?
Why are you looking at me when you're saying that?
Little ducks
Went out one day.
Wow, you'll
Okay,
have
so-
fun.
So we're gonna start off from here, okay? So you're gonna be on the other side. So maybe
Okay.
Kali, you can invigilate us, make sure that we are, distance apart.
Okay.
Okay. So duck walk.
My
Okay.
hips are gonna go, man.
So remember, it's not about me wanting you to do it. It has to be interesting enough for you to want to follow me,
we're
right?
actually role-playing right now.
Right,
Okay.
that's right.
So, Mother Duck can come here and you can follow Mother Duck.
Dog.
You ready?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm ready.
and let's go. Okay. So this movement is really ideal to develop hip socket and balance.
Can it
and
redevelop
control.
hip sockets? I feel like I need that.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. You just have to try often enough. So while you're doing so, one way to get them engaged for a longer period of time is actually get them to sing as well, right? So you can actually start singing.
Five little ducks went out one day over the hills and far away.
Okay, so you can do that for as long as they are
Quack, 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 quack. See, I need a part.
Sort of. So you can get them engaged for as long as you can. And you notice that while I'm talking to you right now, I'm still in a squat position. And
Okay.
this is also a good movement to cultivate
Okay.
at the same time.
What's the next move?
The next move that we're going to work on are like gorilla walks or monkey walks. So it allows them to develop like limb skills or movement skills with our arms as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so you can kind of like walk around together with your hands. You can try with
Oh,
alternate. So left hand,
We're
right.
just going randomly around.
That's
okay.
right.
Safe distancing, yo.
That's right.
Oh, wait, butts are still down. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so try different styles as well. So you can get them to try putting more weight in their hands. Try putting more
Barbara's
weight.
just like randomly
That's
walking
right.
off the set at this point in time.
And do you know that monkey has a little song as well?
Oh, does it?
Yeah,
Okay.
5 little monkeys jumping on a bed.
Yeah. One fell off and bumped his head.
Yes, and then you're gonna. Yes.
They called the doctor and the doctor
Doctor
said,
says,
no more monkeys jumping on the bed. Exactly.
Yes.
I know that one.
Okay, so developing limb skills, like movement skills, coordinating with the arms and the legs. So that will be super duper useful. Get into your squat.
Okay, what other two
Now I do
exercises?
feel like a kid.
Okay, the other two exercise, well, I'm just gonna like be a little bit sexist for a moment. Not sexy, sexist. In case the kid is overgrown, and then we can move on to like superhero movements.
Oh, superheroes. I can do superheroes.
That's right.
Go
So-
to Superman!
Yes.
No? Okay.
No.
Okay,
Alright.
so one of the quickest way
I'll
to
jump back over
to
here.
get them involved is Flash. So each hero usually have a special character or special skill sets, right? So we talk about like Superman, we know it's strong and flying, but we can't do flying, but we can definitely do jumping. But I'm gonna start with Flash first.
Okay.
So
He's
what's-
really fast, right?
That's right.
And I'm not, so let's do it.
So what we can do is that while we are at home, we can demarcate like Kelly's just gonna stand there. So
Yep.
we're gonna challenge. So my little girl, are you ready? We're gonna run towards Mama Kelly. Call me daddy. Okay. Ready? Okay, we're gonna run there. Just
touch the floor.
line. Yeah, that spot, and then we'll run back. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. That's really
She
good.
runs off again.
No sense of
Spatial awareness.
That's right. Okay.
no, just no sense of control.
Okay, and just quickly, the last movement.
The last movement is like hawk. Okay, so we want strength. So literally you can pick up anything. So this is the time where you can actually get them engaged to pick you up, or you can pick them up.
Yeah, you ain't picking me up, man.
No, I'm not.
I
I'm
am
not.
way too heavy for that.
Safe
now.
distancing. So I guess you could hold him in a squat.
Yeah, hold them in a squat.
So we're all gonna have a pretend child.
Okay.
That's right. Or you
Cool.
can get them to do push-ups as well because it demonstrates strength, right? So let's just kind of like do 5 squats, all right? Keep your chest nice and high. Hawk would never go into a slouching position because it's really, really strong.
Well, he does
So-
have a lot of muscles.
Yeah,
so.
5 deep squats going down, 5 standing, going down, 2, quicker.
Oh.
3, 4, and 5, and then look angry.
And on that very angry note, that wraps us up for Kickback with Kelly and Barbara and Uncle Sam today.
Yay.
Happy Father's Day to all of our fathers out there. We wish you wonderful celebrations this weekend with safe distancing and a maximum of 5 visitors in your household.
That's
Take
right.
care. Enjoy the rest of phase 2 as we get used to it. And we'll see you again on Monday at 8 p.m. on Kickback with Kelly and Barbara. Bye-bye.